Hello, everyone. I would like to introduce you to one of the founders of Sammy's Woodland Smokes, Robbie. And we are here to learn a little bit about your business and get anything you want your potential buyer to know. So why don't you tell us a little bit about how you started the business? And yeah, let's learn a little bit about how you got started.
Thanks. It's great to be here. So we got started about 2.5 years ago. We realized that there's a real need in both the smoking industry as a whole, but also specifically in cannabis industry to provide users with something that was slightly better in regards to being less intoxicated. And the same in smoking. Nicotine is a substance that's more addictive than heroin chemically. And as a former smoker, I really wanted to have an opportunity to smoke without necessarily using something that's incredibly addictive or something that's going to leave me very stoned or very inebriated. I want to smoke something in the morning, maybe after with my coffee, or I want to, go outside in the middle of the day of the work day and have an oral and a hand fixation. So we started developing this product with that in mind, and also really knowing that there was some other hemp cigarettes on the market. We really wanted to do something that was really delicious and really good to smoke, and something that was also environmentally conscious and that was going to leave the world better than when it started. And so we started developing these, and we used a strain of cannabis called super sour space candy, and which sounds hilarious, obviously, but it's a very it has the properties that we were looking for within the plant already, so we didn't have to change it or alter it in any way to get what we wanted. And what we really wanted was a really good delivery of CBD per smoke, and we didn't want almost any THC, as little as possible, and we wanted a great flavor that was really going to be nice and really easy to enjoy, and also something that like burned right and was like and really just a really great product to engage with, and that's kind of what we started. The other thing that we wanted to do was we really wanted to plant trees and plant hemp. So we know that hemp is a really good thing to put oxygen and convert carbon dioxide back into oxygen for the atmosphere, but trees are also a really big part of that. And it's been really hard for us as environmentally conscious people to witness these crazy wildfires across the world, and witness deforestation as well, man-made deforestation. And so we decided that we really wanted to plant lots and lots and lots and lots of trees. And so we've been planting trees for every carton that we sell, to help with those efforts of reforestation and building back environments for wildlife and things like that.
Awesome. That I can hear the passion in your voice. So that's amazing to hear that you've not only got a great product, but also a great cause behind it. So, that brings me to my next question. What has you looking to sell the business?
It's really sad for us that we're having to sell. It's not something we want to sell in this process. And it's not something we want to get rid of. We really love this business. It's really in its infancy, and we're really at the cusp of some really big growth. And so it's been really hard for us to make this decision and to go down this path. We have two other companies. So I'm actually an award-winning filmmaker, and I've been using my skills in film to build community, and to build equity through mostly here in Oregon and Washington. We live right on the border, and And I work with local governments and municipalities and state governments even to really try and build messages of positivity and building bridges for people to be connected. We're all already connected. It's really just about finding out how. And during the pandemic, they really changed the way that I was operating that company. And we really had to work hard to maintain the impact that we were having with COVID vaccine distribution, with various different kind of COVID messaging strategies, working with lots of public health and hospitals and various different health entities. And it's really changed the workload for us a lot, and coupled with that, we also have a newspaper, a news agency here, trying to address some of the news desert that bears on much of rural America, and so between those two companies and the changes that occurred over COVID, we've really struggled with capacity. And we've really found it hard to maintain our capacity to run all of these or both of the companies and to really run them to the best of their potential. So Sammy's, unfortunately, we've just been kind of getting through and like pushing on and delivering and keeping our customers really happy and really satisfied with what they're getting and under what time frame. But we know that so much more can be done with Sammy's, that we're not really doing it justice with all the other jobs that we're doing. So we are selling with this idea that the company does really good, and we really want someone else to take it and to fly with it and to really make a lot of money and to do it in a way that really is good for the world. And we really see it's the potential for that to really occur.
Awesome. Awesome. You keep leading me into my next questions perfectly. So, if you had the time and the capital to grow this business and take it wherever you want it to, where would you take it? What potential and growth opportunities do you see for the new buyer to, take the business to?
This is a wonderfully interesting question because the hemp market is so new, and certainly the hemp smoking market. Taking us back to the beginning of hemp, hemp was actually made illegal as back in early 1900s in America because it posed quite a competition to the timber industry that was very powerful and still is very powerful at the time in this country. And we basically went through 80 or so years of prohibition of hemp. And we're finally at the end of that with the Hemp Act that had been passed into law last 2 years. Or two more than that, maybe 3 or 4 years, excuse me. Which has posed wonderful opportunities here in the US, firstly, in that there's that every day we're finding new businesses and new companies that want to carry our product and want to have something different to offer smokers that isn't as addictive or isn't as psychoactive. And these people have ranged from obviously cannabis stores and like people that sell cannabis, but all the way to supermarkets and even like local mom and pop shops. And so we're seeing this really like a really wide growth potential and really wide growth that's happening regardless of our limited marketing ability because of our capacity. But we've also seen that America is kind of in some ways offering kind of a template for much of the world to kind of go into this hemp and the cannabis industries. And we're really lucky to be at the pinnacle and at the forefront of this industry growth. And so we have partners in Europe and in West Africa and in South America and Australia that we work with consistently to try and open new markets and new market opportunities. Smoking markets in Europe are huge, huge, huge markets. Billions of dollars are spent on tobacco products every year. These they're often shifting from vape to back to tobacco to nicotine replacement, and there's a wide shift. We all have, or smokers typically have, a favorite cigarette, but there is still shifting between those products that they're using and interacting with. And so we've really seen some really wonderful growth opportunities internationally for this product. And as the legislation occurs in each place, it creates this new opportunity. So often what we're finding, like with France, for instance, we have a really good distributor in France. And so we work with them, and we're working with them as the legislation is changing. So like as it goes into law, we're like packaging boxes, and we're like sending them over, and they're like in the air as the law is changing, and managed to landing in places with a totally blank slate audience. And so that's a really unusual opportunity for business. Lots of businesses operate in saturated markets and do really well, and this is a business opportunity that is working in a completely unsaturated market. And really the foundation of our sales point is education. We really have to educate our buyers on like what they're buying and why it's so amazing. And it's just really a matter of time before that becomes people really start to catch on that we don't have to do all of that education all the time. As that education kind of happens within industry, we'll just become more of a distributor and less of an educator and a distributor. So yeah, there's just really massive growth potential, and almost every pot shop on cannabis store that we interact with, they outright say, we have people coming in asking for CBD only smoking products like 5 times a day, and we don't really know what to give them other than CBD edibles. And this is the product that they're looking for, and this is the product that they really love. And so that's just one of the myriad of opportunities that are available. And really exciting for the person that's going to buy it.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a great new exciting space. So that's always, a great opportunity for whoever chooses to take over. Yeah. When it comes to your ideal buyer, do you have, any characteristics or anything in mind that would make your new buyer successful in the business?
Good question. Yes. I think I don't think somebody needs specific hemp or cannabis experience to really make this work. I think having a background in e-commerce would be helpful. Having a background in getting product into distributors or multi-store type deals, as having some of that experience would be really helpful as well, because we're finding that those are really good clients to have. But anybody that's really looking for a startup that they can try new things, that they can offer new products and services and have really interesting conversations. And a buyer or a business owner that's potentially got another business going that's already distributing to these kinds of places has also been really helpful. We talked extensively with a buyer who was in the kratom industry, for instance, selling to lots of kind of smaller stores, and we really felt like that was quite a good fit for them and for us. But I think the opportunity is wide open, and the industry is wide open, and the product is still in some aspects and some places brand new. And so even somebody coming with really brand new ideas or really wanted to do something different would really do well with this product, I think.
Awesome. No, it looks like there's a lot of room for innovation from the new business owner, a lot of room to grow. So that's awesome. Is there anything else you would like your new potential owner to know about the industry, about you, about the business?
I think I said most of the things that I need to say. I guess I guess I should add that, you know, we're great people to work with. We're very fair, very equal. We haven't got any like hidden monsters in the closet. The company's not in any debt. We don't have any debts at all. We're in, it's actually a positive equity company, and that, you know, we live in positive equity, which is great. We are also the sales coming with quite a large amount of stock, which is great, like product. So this is going to allow someone to really hit the road running. There's going to be no pausing is going to be necessary really with this. And we really hope this person can run and really go for it. The all of our other licenses and insurances are in order as well. Everything is covered with insurance, and so there's the liability is greatly reduced because of those really good deals we've got. And there's the other last thing, I guess, is that we're not in any specific long-term expensive contracts with anybody. So there isn't an expensive rebuy contract for the manufacturing or anything. It's really wide open for somebody to either use the same manufacturer and even the same farmer to get exactly the same product that we have, which is great. But they also have the opportunity to redo that stuff with a new buyer and a new manufacturer, excuse me, even with a new strain. So there's opportunities for Sammy's Woodland Smoke Smooth or Sammy's Woodland Smokes Red, or like all these other kind of various kind of opportunities are available. And yeah, just again, we're really lovely, easy, friendly people to work with. We are selling the company as a whole, so you actually don't have to work with us if you don't want to, but we're here to we're happy to do that really good transition process, and to really we're not going to hold any information back or any assets back, like trademarks or anything like that. Like we really want the company to succeed, and we really believe that it will. And we're not going to be preventative of that. Yeah, I just guess I would wish the next person here just the best of luck, and we're obviously looking forward to having all of those conversations. And I invite any questions or ideas that folks have, want to run by me, want to see how that would stack up, or whether we've tried it before. You know, has the product been on Amazon? What are the product reviews like? Have we got lab tests for the product? Yes, we do. You know, all these other kinds of tools we're really happy to share with those folks. So do ask us a question, and yeah, we'll happily work with you to get all those things answered.
Awesome. That's always great to hear, having a seller who is, willing to provide all that time, because I understand this is, your little baby. So you want the new owner to succeed as much as possible. Well, that's all I've got for you today, Robbie. Thank you so much for your time. And we look forward to working with you and finding the right new owner for your business.
Thanks for having me. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for your time.